Shams dropped the following tweet about Brooks' future in Grind City this morning. Said the Memphis Grizzlies have informed pending free agent Dillon Brooks that he will not be brought back under any circumstances.
Damn.
League sources said. I mean, you could have just said not be brought back under any circumstances. Like every other Hooper retire and we need to fill a roster of 12. He's still not getting a job. The world in it, we need.
On your day off? Like just exit meet? Like I'm pretty sure they didn't even get through exit meetings. Everybody ain't got through exit meetings yet. So that means he just finished his exit meeting. Like, yeah, you know, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pass on you returning. That's crazy as fuck.
Let's talk about Dillon a little bit. I mean, obviously, we saw the Anderson in the Lakers series, but prior to that, he seemed to be the heart and soul of that Grizzlies team. We saw the tunnel walkouts, the perms, all that other stuff going on. And now for them to do him like this, report this news like that, let it leak. Did the Grizzlies throw Dillon Brooks under the bus?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Well, I mean, he threw himself under the bus also, but I mean, they could have just let this go and, you know, got to negotiate and then just didn't.
No.
You know, but the fact that you're putting it publicly for everyone and to keep laughing at him is fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why I say you don't put your trust in no team at all. I mean, throwing him under the bus, I know he did some clown shit. Like, you know, everybody was clowning him, he did some, but,
no,
but like coming from your own team, it's kind of like, well, damn.
That's like, we're laughing at him personally.
Yeah.
Not the Grizzlies, right? We're laughing at him.
Right.
So he's already embarrassed. You don't need to throw more embarrassment on him.
Yeah.
Right? We're already laughing at the fact that he got his ass busted. He didn't talk to the media after the last 3 games, and then he was found in Cancun the next day.
Was that really him?
I think that
was not him.
That video might be.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
But you know, we don't never let a good agenda get in the way. We don't ever let the truth get in the way of a good agenda.
You know, I mean, so, you know, the fact that he couldn't, like, he was already being laughed at as an individual. Like, he's already felt the pressure of, you know, when you put yourself out there, this is how you get attacked. So for them to say we're going to move on without him, like, now y'all look kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's like under no circumstances he's coming back, and just
like damn, what the fuck?
Hell?
The fuck did he do to y'all?
That's like, damn, bro.
Like that's what now you feel
because he's not the only.
Now we feel sorry for him.
Yeah, and he's not the only one. Like he's not the only one that stared all that. Like Ja had a lot to do with that. Like a lot of other players too. So
seems like the culture of that team.
Yeah, it's the culture of that team. So it ain't just him. Like
he.
So does Dillon Brooks stay on this squad? Because we talked about this last week.
Let me stay on the squad. They already said
No,
they don't
okay,
want
but I'm asking you a hypothetical. All right, let me finish. It was a ... Y'all talked about it last week. If Dillon Brooks would have did all that shit and owned up to it, spoke to the media, say, yo, yeah, and I'm still gonna keep talking shit, does this outcome different, or is it just we got a clean slate?
I think what would end up happening really is, I think they're trying to blame him for the way the series went. Right? They're trying to blame him that, you know, all this attention you brung, because the series was more about him than it was Ja and the Grizzlies. When you thought about the series, it was Dillon Brooks versus the Lakers. It wasn't, which I thought was amazing because, you know, he took the pressure off of Ja hurting his hand and, you know, the other players not playing very well. So
and some other situations too.
Yeah, that's what I said. There was a lot of shit going on, and his personality, you know, on and off the court, you know, in the tunnels and in media. I thought he did a great job of, you know, releasing some of that pressure that was being put on him. So for them to basically admit that, okay, we lost and then we're gonna blame it on him. Like, nah, you guys
pointing the fingers.
So if they would have won though, same outcome?
If they would have won, nah, he wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have been.
So like y'all were saying, they're literally blaming him.
They're literally blaming him.
But they're blaming him for something that they were doing all year.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he just started it. It's like they've been doing this all year. So it's like, okay, y'all been letting it go this long. Now y'all finally want to do something. Y'all should have been saying something, you know what I'm saying, like through the year.
And it seemed like they didn't have a problem with it because all that shit was circular and they were running a lot of that stuff on their own social pages. So for now.
Because it looked good.
Yeah.
It's good to be a villain until
you lose.
Until you lose.
Yeah.
So is it possible that he was gone regardless of those antics?
No, I thought if they would have won, went to the Western Conference Finals or maybe the championship, nobody would even talk about this.
And then what can Dillon Brooks do to repair his image as now he hits free agency and tries to avoid, you know, that Guangdong, Shanghai, get ready to learn Chinese buddy trajectory?
What's his numbers?
So glad you asked.
He averaged about 10 in the playoff.
So it was a down year for him. Regular season, he averaged 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, but shot like 40% from the field, 33% from three. Yeah, hold on, let me find these.
I didn't know he averaged.
Yo, I didn't know he averaged 14.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, he was down.
I mean, averaging 14, though, you could stay in the league.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you ain't.
Yeah.
What's so funny is
Playoffs 10 and a half, 3 rebounds, 2 assists.
he's the type of player that LeBron would put him on his team.
Yep.
He'll be
Yo,
on.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say I could see him going to the Lakers and Bron.
That was
like,
the
yo,
question
come
I
on.
was going to ask you. It's a different situation, but we all remember Matt Barnes when he was with the Magic, pumping the ball in Kobe's face. But Matt Barnes is a real one. Obviously, Gil, our family. Y'all know Matt's about that life. Me and Matt went to UCLA together. So if Matt talks shit, there's going to be some shit that goes down. You know what I mean? Like, he's driving 90 minutes for the fade. He's really about it. But he's not one of those dudes that's always going out there seeking trouble. He was more of the enforcer of the squad. Like when he was the Clippers, some shit went down. You know, Baca's going to try to swing on him. He got to just sit there straight-faced and laugh at him like he's not going to do anything. But Kobe, respected Matt and brought Matt onto the Lakers as a result of that. He respected his toughness. He didn't back down. This seems like a different situation. Dillon Brooks went at LeBron and basically got humiliated. So you see a world where LeBron will bring him in, help maybe salvage his career. Because I think it's a good story. You bring Dillon Brooks in. I know Lakers fans are going to be like, fuck that, we don't want him. But you bring Dillon Brooks in, he plays again at the level he can play at, kind of shuts all that other shit up, goes on to do some.
Okay, so the idea of a star, right? A star, a superstar, people like Kobe, LeBron, Jordan, right? When you look at the players that were added to their teams, right? Look who it was. It was players that challenged them. The Ron Harpers, the Dennis Rodmans, those type of guys. Ron Artest, Matt Barnes, right? You're talking about guys who really said, I don't give a fuck if you're Jordan, right? I don't give a fuck if you're Kobe. I'm going to challenge. I'm going to take the challenge. That lets that person know he's a warrior. So that means if we're playing against Tracy McGrady, he's not going to back down. He didn't back down to me. He's not going to back down to the next superstar. That's how that plays. So when you're sitting there kissing someone's ass, when we in a battle, are you going to kiss this ass? Are you going to kiss him and, oh, I'm a fanboy? I don't want no. When you're in war, you don't want no fanboys.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we can talk even like a guy like Pat Bev.
Yeah.
You don't want no fucking fan. I don't want no fanboys.
But is there anything to it? It's fine, like y'all said last week. You're going to talk all that shit. You can't go running high when it don't go your way. You can't duck smoke. You can't not talk to the media, walk off after the game. They said he didn't even shower. he left with a stinky booty, with the booty shorts on right back to the hotel after they got knocked out of the playoffs. Is there anything different to that? Or should LeBron look at this guy and say, look, this is the dude, well, I can get him right?
Yeah, I mean, well, he didn't have a vet. Like, there's no real vet in that Memphis Grizzlies locker room. So he's not going to have that vet to come to him and tell him, all right, young fella, like this, like this happens, this shall pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, own up to it. So he don't have any of that in the locker room. So, I think under LeBron or under a superstar, he'll be able to, have a better perspective of everything around him.
So question for both y'all. Obviously, we got to look in the crystal ball, look in the future. Will Dillon Brooks be on the NBA roster next season?
He should.
Yeah.
He should.
For sure?
He's averaging 14. He should. Yeah. Like, I didn't know he was averaging.
I mean, 14, more of a defender type.
Yeah.
Anyone can use that. Listen, he hasn't done anything no one else has done.
Right.
Right. It's not. He hasn't done. We're acting like this. He's done something terrible. He just got his ass busted by LeBron James.
And we're just talking shit.
Who else can? No one else can say they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he's not the first guy.
And is it possible that he could use maybe a season abroad, go away, kind of lay low for a little bit?
He's still an NBA player, bro.
Come back.
the jumper's weak as fuck. Okay, I get that.
Just get some shots up.
the legs. He's doing the Mary J. Blige, with his legs. But for what he does and how he plays, any team can use him that's trying to get over that hump. Look at players like PJ Tucker. They're still valuable.
No.
In this league where they're helping, secure wins.